was love, Monday, joy, Wednesday, peace, Sunday, love, Monday, joy, Tuesday, peace, Wednesday, patience, Thursday, kindness and goodness, and today, faithfulness. Faithfulness. Now, this is an English word, and I want us to understand the meaning of faithfulness before we go to the spiritual meaning of it. Faithfulness is a quality of being faithful, or being reliable, fidelity, trust and loyalty, steadfast in affection or allegiance, loyal. That's the kind of person we call faithful. Firm in adherence to promises or in observance of duty. Given with a strong assurance, binding a faithful promise. A faithful person goes to attend to duty every time he's supposed to be there. That's a faithful person. A faithful person will remain loyal to the cause of his calling. That's what we call faith. Now, why is faithfulness in a relationship? What is faithfulness in a relationship? Being faithful means knowing what your other person is not okay with. Knowing the significant partner means it could be a spouse, a child, or someone who is related or you are interacting with. Knowing what they are not comfortable with will enable you to be faithful to them. What they would consider being disloyal, you will not get into that. And never crossing that line. You know this line I should not cross. Then you remain faithful. That is being faithful. That's why, that's what it is to be faithful. It means never letting another person in your heart. Being faithful means deciding that your love for this one person outweighs your desire to be with any other person on the planet. For example, in a marriage relationship, being faithful means that this one spouse, either your wife or husband, no one else will be given her chance in your life on this planet. That's faithfulness. That's faithfulness. Now, how important is faithfulness? How important is faithfulness? Being faithful gives you peace of mind. You don't have to watch your tracks. You are not paranoid, trying to remember every lie you say. You see, when you are not faithful, you may wish to create stories so that you can punish. Where are you now? You are supposed to be, this time normally you are home. Where are you? To be faithful means you can give an answer direct, because you will not need to create another answer later. If you say I'm in church, then you are in church. What are you doing? We had a worship. Then the truth remains that one. That's how important faithfulness is. Being faithful makes you focus on your relationship. You are not distracted, flirting with others. Your focus brings and gives a healthy love of life, because you are straight and you have nothing to hide. That is how important faithfulness is. Now, habits. What habits can help us? Habits that can keep couples faithful, especially the one who live in the married life. Habits that can keep couples faithful. 1, be honest about what you need. Be honest about what you need. So that when you say you need a glass of water, then let it be a glass of water, not a cup of tea. That will help the other person give you a glass of water, because that's what you need, when you are honest about what you need. Another habit that can help us be faithful is to be open-minded. That means you are able to share freely without fear or favor open-minded. What are you doing now? I'm doing something. There are activities you are supposed to carry out. When you are giving a report, you give a report which is honest, open-minded. Number 3, be mindful to never put them down. Be mindful to never put them down. To put someone down means sort of looking down upon, despise. When you despise a person, that's not faithfulness, because you are supposed to have her best interest at your heart. 4, share experiences together. Share experiences together. It also encourages faithfulness. How was the day? What activities were you involved in? You share experiences. It helps you grow. Then keep your relationship and your partner a priority. Keep your relationship and your partner a priority. We have all other people we interact with, but a spouse must be of one and only kind. There are no other fellows who will get an opportunity that a spouse gets. That means in all this planet Earth, no one has that opportunity like a spouse. Spouse here means either husband or wife. No one else has that chance. And when there is that knowledge that no one else has that chance, then it also discards any fear that may come along of anything that will happen. Always respect yourself and your partner. Respect here refers to you take regard for your partner and yourself, so that you can be in good standing. And don't get complacent. Complacent means that you think that you are good and nothing can happen. This is why many people get into traps. We call them temptations, but I call them traps, because a trap is something that if you get into the trap, then you are not coming out again. If it's a rat trap, the rat gets into the rat trap, then that trap, the rat will remain there until maybe the owner of the house comes. So it's not really good. Habits of being complacent are not good, because you think that, we live in a world of sin. So every time in our relationships, we should always know that the devil is out to set traps for us. So in our relationships, especially when it's the other gender, it's important that we are able to be the open. Even if it means counseling or sharing, it's important to be in a place that you can easily be seen what you are doing, so that the trap cannot be there. Here, the essence is for one to take care of himself, not for one to take care of the other person. I take care of myself, my spouse takes care of herself, and then we meet to share experiences together. That is how you can go about it. How do you show faithfulness in your family? How does one show faithfulness in the family? 1, make family a safe place. If I'm going home after church, that home should be safe. But if I'm afraid that I may find problem there, then the home is not safe. If I fear that there are a lot of quarrels there, then the home is not safe. It should be safe for the parents, for the spouse and the husband and wife, and also for children. They should look forward to getting home after journey, after a day's work. Don't compare your kids. This is important for those of us who have been privileged to be parents. Don't compare your children. The first, they are not the same. This morning, I called one of our sons. There was a parcel sent from home of maize by a bus, Enacoj. Now, it came, it was written in the name of my spouse, Florence. Now, I went there. I picked it. Then, I hired a tukutuku to take it home. So, I called. We are now only 2 now. It's me and my spouse and 1 son. The rest are out there in college and school. I called him and gave the number of the driver so that he can receive it at home. Now, that story ended there. He has not called me to tell me whether he received or he did not receive. But I know how he operates. I did not expect it. But there is another one who is now the third child, his follower. The moment he receives, he recalls. The moment he receives, he calls. But I'm sure, even as I'm here, because it was around 10:30, 11 in the morning, as I'm here, I have no doubt the parcel was received by him and they did not call. But if it's the other one, I would have called, I've received it. Now, we should not compare these things. You know, I'm practically saying what happened today. Yeah? If we compare this elder one to be like the younger one, then we mess him up. If I go home to quarrel him, the parcel has been received. The driver arrived here because I told the driver that he'll be paid at home so that he can have the urge to take the parcel because the salary will be there. If he asked me to give, I had money. But I said now, no, the money will be there. You see now, we go to work because we know at the end of the month, those of us who are employed, that we will get a salary. Suppose we get a salary at the beginning of the month. Will that job be sweet? Not really. You know, human resource, the paradigms of working is you give me food, I'll come tomorrow because I'll eat. You give me food today and there's no hunger tomorrow, then I may even relax. Now, this, don't compare your children. Some may excel in what they do in school, at home, and some may not. So we should appreciate each with the strengths and the weaknesses. And then we try to encourage them in their personal traits. And each of them, therefore, and each of them has got talents and weakness, all this. So you appreciate, you are faithful, you know this is him. So he's not used to calling. And then number 3, prioritize family. Prioritize family. Family comes number 1. Sometimes, especially the male gender, me here and my colleagues, we take our jobs to be ahead of family. That one is really not right. Family must come number 1. Jobs, we may change them, but families we cannot change. God has placed them to be there. So family comes first. If there are issues to be taken care of, family must be number 1. I cannot go take care of people's needs when my family is not taken care of. If I do that, then you take the gospel too out there. In fact, when you preach home, you'll be multiplied, and because the whole family now preaches. Then teach children to serve one another. Teach children to serve one another. They are able, as they grow up, those who have grown, they have bring them home past midnight. So these things are sometimes very difficult, but it needs that we also become humble. If I've denied them all the season, the season is over, the final, you can give the privileges that you can give to also show them because they are growing up. And I'm not a fan, but can you deny your grown-up children not to be fans? You cannot, but you can show them these are values, that we don't go this. So family values are important. We curfews also, even if there are others and they are living home, coming home past midnight, not a value here. Here in this home, we come early, unless you have situations that have delayed you. Even the head, the father, if I come late, you know I have to explain why. And because I explained, anybody coming late will come to explain. Like now, I'm going home this week. Everybody knows I'm going home because of this. So values, they help us. And also when they grow up, they can also have the values in their own setups. You know, they may not realize how valuable the curfews are until they start their own families. Then they realize, oh, so our dad, I also have this. What is emotional faithfulness? Emotional fidelity simply means that